Lunchtime. So, how's your morning going up till now? It's noontime, and two boys from Brooklyn want to serve you a huge portion of humor for lunch. So break out the lunch pail, or the sandwich you packed, and let Les and Freddie S. bring you jokes and nostalgia mixed in with important information about medicine, food, dating, or just the stuff you need to help that bagel go down nice and smoothly. And if you have a story about anything you want to share, a bad date, a movie review, or just the strangest thing that happened to you at work, call in and join the fun toll-free at 1-800-889-0267. Right now, sit back and let's start the lunch break. Freddie S. and Les are ready, so here are the boys.
I don't know what that was.
We got a
David Bowie, Changes.
Changes. We got mixed up with. I thought we were in another station. I'm kidding.
I don't know if it was another planet.
That's a classic. It's Changes.
Boy, I'm gonna tell you, it's such a classic. I forgot it.
Well, you better remember it because the man died.
What year was this? What do you think? Changes.
Changes. It's the 70s, mid
70s. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's before your time.
A little bit before.
A little bit before. Yeah.
Way before her time.
Next week we're gonna do 80s and 90s.
Okay, then I'll prepare.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're not stuck at the other station. Anyway.
Watch it, man.
Good afternoon, Florida.
Yes.
This is Throwback Thursday on Two Boys from Brooklyn and the Broads.
Yes.
And today we're minus a lot of maniacs. We're minus Les, the maniac numero uno, who's probably out there playing with his putter.
and playing golf.
And playing golf.
And playing
golf. And then we're missing in action the other maniac. She's on her way up. I don't know. She had another something.
An action figure. We're missing an action
figure.
That's
right. We're mixing Stretch Armstrong. Anyway, but I want to thank our sponsors, Amp2.tv, 866-224-5422. I shouldn't do that this time because I don't know Health and Wealth Seminar's phone number. Do you know it?
I have it.
Oh, then you
954-303-9563.
That's right. And what happens, Daisy Double D, when you don't advertise?
Nothing happens.
That's right. And today is Throwback Thursday.
And that's right.
And we're going to have, I guess, a little bit on the set. And we're going to talk a little bit about different things. But let's say good morning to the broad behind the glass.
Hello. Here we go.
The one with a million voices that works for...
Yes.
So I thought you were exclusive to this show. Now you're doing other shows?
This is the only show I do, but I work in other capacities within the building.
She has to diversify.
Well, she was like 10 minutes. She was like 6 minutes ago on the show, and she wasn't here. I was a little panicky.
We had a problem with the weather at the other station. So
we had a problem with the weather yesterday. Our weather girl was a little bit under the weather.
She was a little tipsy.
What did I say?
She was a little...
Did you hear what she said? She doesn't remember.
It was very cute.
We were waiting for her to do the weather, and she says,
that was like,
it's nice out here.
It was very cute.
What was that?
I was like, okay, he just introduced me to do the weather. He was so serious about it. We want to know what's going on out there, Daisy. And I'm like, like the Twilight Zone music.
It was very cute, though.
And then the funny thing is that he does the same bit that she did. She says, it's nice out here, stay off the roads, don't drink and drive. And what does he do? It's nice out here, stay off the roads. I mean, it was like, I thought I was having a repeat performance here.
And I-95 is looking good, so go. No problem at all. That's what I said, something like that, right?
Who knows?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
You said I don't really see anything.
And I only had 2 mimosas.
That's okay. That's all it takes is
one.
But
something happened because I was at the pool, and somebody's telling me here that maybe that could do
when you're in
something
the water,
to my body.
Well, you were relaxed, so.
And I had somebody doing my pedicure and my manicure, and I was like,
do you remember who those somebodies were?
Gloria from PGA Spa. Okay.
I heard it's a nice place.
Yes, it's beautiful. We have to go next time.
I'll go.
Yes.
It's funny. We're always going. Are we going to Cuba still?
Yes,
I have an agenda here.
I know.
Yes,
I'm
it's
going to be
filling
busy.
up.
I'm going to be busy for the next 6 months. You ever seen that commercial where the lady was the operator and she took a phone call from one of the guys in the military?
Oh.
And then he says, hey, "Listen, hold on. My buddy wants to talk to you." And there were 500 of them, and they all called home to different places.
Oh, wow.
So they asked her at the end of her shift, how was your day? She said, I only had 1 phone call. That's what happened to you yesterday. You only had 2 mimosas. But they were huge. And you were underwater.
I was underwater. I was relaxed. I just got a massage. It was crazy.
So
but
what do
we
you-
had fun.
Good for
And
you.
it was in the morning. You don't drink in the morning.
What time?
whatever.
What time did you start drinking?
No, it was around 11:30, but I was about to have lunch. So I said, what the heck? And it was on the house. One of the mimosa was on the house. So I said, I cannot say to on the house mimosa. Come on, give it up.
Why not?
I say, that's what I say.
Right?
Why not? And then the second, and that was it. But then I start feeling a little bit okay. And but by
She's
2
hungover,
o'clock,
by the way. She's drinking water.
I have
here.
a little bit. Yeah, I'm drinking water.
She's hungover.
Lightweight.
But
Can't hang with me.
by 2 o'clock, yeah, I'm bad.
Well,
I
you're-
just
you're-
drink one glass of wine, and I'm like
You're done.
done.
What are you, a natural alcoholic?
A little. Well, not as much anymore. But yeah, I could.
You
I
used
was,
to be?
Oh my
You
gosh.
rehabbed?
I was awesome. Back in the day.
it
Back
was
in the
awesome.
days.
It was awesome, she says.
It was awesome. Five beers and it was all good. All
Excellent.
good.
That's good.
Here comes me. Now, come on. Here comes the other maniac. That she's gonna be all over the place in here. So, ladies and gentlemen, just hang with us. Yeah, come on in, sit down, relax.
She's here. Let's give it a number for the people to call the studio.
what do we do?
1-800-889-0267. We want to know what's going on out there and where you are right now. Da, 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 da. So,
And if you have a story to share, because
exactly. Today is Throwback Thursday.
Yeah, what does Throwback Thursday mean?
It means like let's take a look at the past. Where were you? You arrive at your destination. That's what it means. And we were just listening to
Morning.
we were listening to Dave Bowie Changes. Have you ever heard of that one? Oh,
It's
she
one of my
knows.
favorite-
She,
Are you
oh,
kidding?
she
David
knows about
Bowie.
it.
Huge David
she
Bowie
does.
fan.
Okay.
Were you?
Space, huh?
You're
Space
huge-
Oddity.
Odyssey. Yeah, Oddity.
Odyssey?
Yes,
I saw the movie.
Oddity.
My brother took me to see that movie. I fell asleep.
You're not
What?
cool.
Space Odyssey. Remember the movie?
You weren't high enough then.
I'm like going blind here because I have no headset.
But then you go deaf, not blind.
Well, blind and deaf.
I can't use
Blind
this
is the
as a-
Got ear
expression.
blind.
Can I use those little?
I can't. This is a
We got a
regular
show, right?
business.
We're on the air, right?
Yes, we are on the air.
1-800-889-0267. So we had fun yesterday. It was
It
Wednesday.
sounded like it. Yeah.
And we are in the countdown for the big day.
Oh, your day.
Yeah,
Saturday?
I'm off the market.
Oh well.
Yes, I had to do it. Somebody had to do it.
I'm on the market, but I'm reduced at 75%
okay.
off and scratch and dent. I have a scratch and dent. So yeah, you get what you get. So
No, but I'm happy about it, and I just want to say thank you to all my girlfriends. They're just going way above what I was expecting.
Oh, so this was for you?
Yes.
This was like a
A day for me, yes.
Oh, how
and
nice.
the bachelorette party. So I really want to say hello to Maria, Pia. They went all the way.
So what else
Alexandra Bello.
What else did you get besides the mimosas and the nails and the feet?
I had a
Oh.
massage. I
Uh-huh.
had a shampoo.
How about facial?
No, I didn't have time for the facial because by 1, yeah, we were already. I had
Right.
to go on the air. Da, 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 da.
Did they get
Again,
the same thing?
Everybody got the same thing.
Oh,
yeah.
that's nice.
Yes, and I got an extra shampoo.
Very
They
cool.
said, "Oh, well, let's do your shampoo too." I'm like, "Okay, let's do it."
So let me get. Wait a minute. Didn't you already have your bachelorette party?
No, but this is different. This is like pampering yourself, getting
Yeah.
ready. I did my nails, French manicure.
So there's a bachelorette
Look.
party, and then there's pamper yourself.
Well, when you're getting married, you have to look your absolute most beautiful, right? So not only do you get to drink your face off and get drunk, but now you have to repair yourself the next day after drinking your face off and getting drunk.
Yes.
So
the
it's
only
the
thing-
beautification process.
Exactly. So the next thing that I have to do is just my hair and my makeup. A friend of mine is going to come to the house and do my makeup this weekend. So it's going to be fun. Thank you.
So when is the wedding?
This weekend, Saturday. Yes.
Listen, what's your fiance's name again?
Manuel.
Manuel, it's never too late to run. I am.
She's getting married and starting a new chapter on Saturday. When they're
You're too
girlfriends.
young for that. Come on. I met an incredible lady in this spa. Oh my God. She's 94 years old and she has a boyfriend. She's telling me about her boyfriend and how much fun she's having. She's 94. And I'm like, I want to be like that when I'm
Well,
94.
I have
With my
to give
husband.
Luciana,
With my husband.
Luciana 94, right?
I have to give a shout out. Today is my grandmother's 96th birthday.
Oh, wow.
And from here, we're going to a nice big luncheon for her.
Happy birthday.
I have another grandmother who is in her I can't say, but let me just say she's dating someone 20 years younger.
Oh.
She can take her legs, no joke, and wrap them around her neck. She's a crazy lady.
She can wrap what around her neck?
Oh, yeah. She's a dancer, and she was always a dancer. And she, to this day, will do a split, turn from direction to direction, and take her legs and wrap them around her neck. That's why she's with a man 20 years younger than her. Let's just put it that way.
She has to. There's no man her age
Oh, no.
that can take care of. Wow, okay.
There's not too many people that I know can do that.
No,
That's painful.
believe me.
My back
In
hurts.
their 40s, they cannot do
Yeah,
that.
she's in her
All right, I wanna set up. Do what? There she goes with the big words again.
I never heard that word. Octogenarian? Nice.
I actually, I'm pretty linguistic, and that's one word that I have not actually used.
What does that mean there, Janarian? Okay.
That comes from Latin, right? Yes.
So are you a linguistic person? It must be, because you do voices and you do words now and you confuse everybody.
So, did anyone see what's her name? Sharon Osbourne naked this morning?
I saw her.
I don't want to see her.
Hers was actually really nice. She's
awesome.
63 years old. She's stunning. You have to pull it up. It was very tasteful. She was saying, hey, you know,
She's trying to find Kim Kardashian in her.
Yeah, she was actually spooked, like trying to spook her, not spoof her, thank you. I'm tired this morning, spoof her. But, you know, a couple of people have done it. Bette Midler did it, but she did it very funny. She took like a big board and put it around herself. And then, here's what she did. Wait, Bette Midler's was very funny. She put a big board covering her whole body, and then a mirror behind her with like a shape of somebody beautiful in the mirror. And she would like get naked for charity. And so she's making this like the challenge bucket. She's like, get naked for charity.
I don't remember what happened with Shirley. Is that Shirley, the lady that worked with her in The View? Not in The View, in the...
Bette Midler?
No. Shirley, the African-American girl, she started crying because she wanted to get naked too, but she feels so
tell her to get naked.
We have to stop getting naked. That's what we have to do.
No,
I mean, it's that she tried to do what Sharon was doing, but she feels so...
Self-conscious is the right word.
And she started crying.
Which is why Meghan Trainor is doing so well right now, because her whole image and her whole song and the Grammys and all this is all about, you know, what's her song?
Yes.
It's all about her bum and about being big girl, and people are buying into that now. I mean, there's two schools of thought on that. One, we overfeed ourselves in America, right? So that's what makes us so big to begin with. But you have to love it and own it if you are what you are.
Yes.
I like the guy. There's this guy named Johnny from West Palm Beach, and he's like 400 pounds.
Johnny.
And he did it. He put the black bar across, and the two areas, and he says, Kim Kardashian, eat your heart out. He must have gotten like 1.7 million hits.
Oh my God.
But this guy's body, when you look at it, you go, yuck.
This is the new bucket challenge right now. People are getting online, they're doing this, and they're saying, donate to a charity.
I think it's stupid.
It's stupid, but it's what they're doing. They're basically trying to show Kim Kardashian that she's not all that.
For a good cause. She's pretty. Yeah, I have to. She's
pretty big.
No, she's pretty.
No, she's pretty big.
She's a normal girl.
She always was.
Big booty Judy.
Is all of that real, or is any of that plastic?
No, it's all plastic.
50-50, all
plastic, baby.
So there you go. So
did you see her before she was famous?
I wasn't a big fan of the Kardashians.
No,
and then when Bruce did what he did, I totally just
that was
panned out of this thing. It's just ridiculous. But anyway, I want to set up about security. I want to talk about back in the day. Do you remember what we used to do? Everybody had an alarm system in their house.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the name of the company, one of the largest companies in New York that used to do all the alarms? That was the Armored Cars, but that was close. It was ABC Alarms.
ABC, oh.
ABC was the largest.
I'm not familiar.
Harvey, that was true, right?
Yeah,
ABC was
absolutely.
We will. Just take it easy. We're going to set it up. This is Mrs. You're late 5 seconds before the show starts. I could bet. I could see that everybody's drinking.
I'm the rabbit.
Yeah, I bet. So in ABC alarms, they used to put out aluminum foil on the windows. You know, that aluminum stripping with the little.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but we couldn't afford that. So what we used to do was we used to put aluminum foil on the windows.
Oh my goodness.
Did you set up like a rope that somebody walked in and a bucket fell on their head?
No, we bought a dog. So we got a bunch of the stickers and put them everywhere. The windows, the doors, ABC alarms.
But they'd actually not have a dog. They'd actually just have a
No,
tape
we had a
recorder
dog.
with the dog
No,
barking.
I wasn't smart enough for that. I wish I was. But what we did was we put aluminum foil strips on the windows so that it looked like we were covered. And we had a big dog, and he was mean. Jimmy was his name.
Jimmy.
Jimmy the dog.
Calm
He
down,
was so
Jimmy.
mean he didn't even
Calm
like
down.
you.
It was a Doberman Pinscher in New York. We had to ship him out. He got too big. We shipped him to Puerto Rico. He was huge, this guy. And his mouth, your head would fit in his mouth. It was huge. Yeah, everybody was afraid of this.
It's a horse.
It was a horse. But we have today with us Harvey Katz from This Is His Second, what he does. You know what he does?
I don't know. I don't put my head in the dog's mouth.
No, he doesn't do that. Doesn't do that. Not yet, anyway. But he's into identity theft security. And one of the things that happened to me a week ago was on Square. We got hit. Remember? We were talking about that?
I remember you were saying yes.
I got hit, and it could have meant that everybody would be sending me money on their credit cards. All of a sudden, none of the money would hit the account. So, but we set up a booby trap on that whole thing when they caught the guy. But anyway, so Harvey's here. He identifies. He has a couple of products that he identifies with.
ID Shield is one of them.
That's right. And I saw ID Shield on TV.
Yeah, and it's a older company. It's 40 years old, and people just don't realize how bad identity theft is today.
Well, it's happening all over the place. Walmart. You just told me the Wendy's. Can you imagine buying a hamburger with your debit card, and you get hit, and they steal your identity from your credit card?
Yes.
Well, as I know I told you before, I actually went through this. So I looked up your website this morning, and I saw that what's interesting about you guys is not only do you help people who, to prevent identity theft, but if they've gone through identity theft, you will actually help them rebuild their credit again, and that is
You've got the right website.
Right.
That's
So
what we do.
I had my identity theft. I had my ID thefted or stolen.
Yeah.
Sorry.
She said she was drinking.
I'm so tired. I had my ID stolen by a roommate and a best friend. So that's very difficult because they know everything about you. They know your mother's maiden name. They know they can find your social security number. She was cashing checks, and they were going to the bank and fingerprinting her, and she was pawning stuff. She was a friend from the television industry. Yeah, she was a friend who was very well known in the television industry, so I'm not going to give her name out. And she,
well, now you have to.
Well, I can't. And she ended up at the Betty Ford Clinic after she was working on one of the talk shows I worked on. They put her at the clinic, and when she came out, because I'd known her her whole life, I decided to be nice and try to help her rebuild. Brought her into my home and all that stuff. And 9/11 happened. She hadn't done those things to me. She had done certain things.
So you brought in somebody who's business to somebody else?
But I had
nuts?
somebody she was a friend of my whole life.
Hey.
You helped her
So
from
I
far
helped
away,
her.
like in another house.
Well,
you rented
you
a
sent
house.
her- sent her to Daisy's
I was
house.
stupid. You get it. I get it. But, I'm also a big-hearted schmuck.
Right.
So I was helping a friend rebuild her life, and 9/11 happened. So I left her stupidly at my home while I went to Ground Zero to work down at Ground Zero. When I got a call from a landlord, came back home, she had not only put thousands of dollars on my phone, but parking tickets in my car, holes all over my counters, pawned all of my stuff, my computer, my Rolex watch, all of my things. Long story short, because of the time period, which was 9/11-ish, at that time, they didn't take identity theft seriously, and they called it a domestic dispute. So she went free. For the last 10 years, had to rebuild my life and reputation, and, there was nothing I can do about it.
Hey, Liz, can I hang out at your house? And
Yeah,
play
right.
with your
Well,
purse?
I've learned my lesson. But
play with your purse?
the point was, my point is that this man here is doing something great, because I didn't know how to rebuild at that time, and I couldn't get credit. I couldn't do anything, because no matter what, she was living in my home, therefore she was allowed to use my phone. Therefore, so it was all considered domestic dispute.
Wow.
And
Clearly
Of
she
course.
did. She was
had
at the
a
Betty
number of
Ford
problems.
clinic.
And what happened
She
to
was a
me?
very famous girl, too.
What happened to me 3 days ago? 3 days ago, I get a phone call. It's the IRS.
Oh, you guys, that's the biggest scam going on right
Yeah,
now.
I got that same call,
I
by the
have
way.
it right here in my, and I said I call my accountant. It says that I haven't paid something. What is going on?
Yeah.
Did you send my stuff? And she said, of course. No, the IRS never called. What is that? And I didn't call back, but I have the phone number. Maybe we should
You
call
just
up
know
there.
you look up their
Maybe we
phone
should-
number
No,
and
wait
they
a
will
minute.
tell you.
Don't call
No,
them.
I did it.
Don't call
Because
up the
somebody
number.
might call them, and they'll have their identity stolen.
If
Harvey,
you
plug
look
it
up
to the
that,
mic.
if you look up that
Front
phone
of it.
number, because
Yes.
I got the same call, it clearly says on the internet, this is a scam, it's
Yeah.
a fraud. The IRS will never call you. They'll
Yes.
always send you a letter.
No.
They only send you letters, and my accountant
All right,
told
now
me
hold,
do not do anything.
hold on a second, because you're blowing up Harvey's spot. Harvey, why don't you tell us about some of the scams that are going on that we should be aware of?
Well, that's the latest one. I was in a lady's home on last Thursday, and the exact same thing happened. You better send us a certified check, or give us your debit card, and make this payment on your IRS bill, or we're going to have an IRS agent come to your house and take you away and arrest you. First of all, they will never do that. Another big scam that they're doing today is people, when they come over and they say they represent either a company that you have never heard of and saying you owe them money, and you, please send us this money. My sister got another scam last week. Was in the mail, she got a check for $1,950. They said, take this over to a bank and send us it's a certified check, but it has to be approved, and you have to call this number, and we need their information to release the funds. Well, any check that you ever get on a certified check, they don't need to release the funds because that money has already been set aside and it's your money. That's another real big scam. Couple things I'll tell you. Don't ever open emails that you don't know who it came from.
That's how I got hit. That's called phishing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
phishing is the largest scam there is. But how long did it take you, by the way, to clear up your identity?
It's still not cleared up.
Yeah, one of the
But
problems.
I had my social security number changed.
Yeah. Oh, that you can't do that anymore.
No, but they had to at that time because she knew everything about me.
Even today, a 98-year-old lady that I know, it was one of my partner's mother. She had a letter from Social Security saying that they changed her address. She calls up and her daughter has her power of attorney. That's not good enough. You have to go in person. She went in person. They said you can't get a new you cannot get a new Social Security anymore. You have to go in person to the Social Security office to stop this. She did. Took a lot of time. The problem is the average time it takes for somebody to clean their identity is hundreds of hours. And I mean literally
Much
hundreds
more
of
than
hours.
that, I'll tell you. Years.
Yeah, one of my cardiologists' office manager had her identity stolen. And she had a 780 credit score. By the time she finished, 6 years later, it's down to 450, 460.
Wow.
And they know who did it, and they know what the police told her.
He hasn't committed a crime.
Yeah, we have too many people doing this, and we can't arrest them. We don't have time to write that arrest. She had the person's name and even their address, and they still wouldn't go and arrest the person.
Okay.
If they had too many other crimes, they said. Interesting enough,
God, what an answer.
they have today. Give you an idea. Our company, ID Shield, and it's a great company. And it's backed by, we have an exclusive contract with a company called Kroll. Kroll is the largest and best security firm in the United States. They do the background checks for the CIA, the State Department, the countries themselves, the police departments. When they do a background check on the police, they use Kroll. The same thing with teachers. Everybody uses Kroll for background checks. We deal with their fraud division. Interesting enough, we are the only company in the United States that actually has private investigators who are employees of Kroll. They're in 65 cities and 30 countries. They have 3,800 employees here in the United States, most of which are private investigators, and their only job is to restore your credit, your identity.
Does it matter how long ago you were hacked?
Here's the beautiful thing. Not at all. This is something they will help you on your pre-existing identity theft to clear it up. And let me make clear, this isn't a place where they call you and like some of the other companies and say, we're going to help you over the phone and tell you how to do the paperwork. They actually do the paperwork. They do the legwork. They even do the affidavits for you. What they ask you for is when this happens to sign a limited power of attorney, and they will then take and assign you to a particular private investigator. That investigator is assigned to you. You can call him anytime. The cool thing is any of the information you give them is encrypted. It's not like the government where they can go in and you give information, and because it's not encrypted, they can get this information. And the interesting thing is with the program, it gives you an idea for only $9.95 a month.
Oh, wow.
As for a single person and the entire family of you, it'd be your spouse now, and up to your 8 children under 18 is covered for $19.95. One price for all of up to 10
And they do
people.
all the investigation work.
And they do all that investigation work.
All right,
You just mentioned something important, the kids.
Yeah.
The other last year, somebody claimed my daughter, and I find out when I put my taxes,
Yeah.
when you do your taxes, and, I mean, you can do something about it, but they got a hold of my daughter's Social Security number, and she's only 10.
Yeah, well, how about this? There's people that I know and I read about, and these are actual cases. There's a girl who is 16 years old, starting for college already,
Yes.
and no parents actually check their kids' credit. And
That's true.
she goes over and has $750,000 in debt. And she had to go bankrupt
At 16.
at 16 years old. There's another boy who is...
Well, Harvey, we got to take a break, but it's funny. UCF, 72,000. IRS, 772,000. I mean, the numbers are astonishing of people that got hit in the last 60 days.
IRS so far, and it's not even tax season finished, has over 720,000 people breaching other people's forms already.
That's right. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll get some information and stuff on how to protect
Very
yourself.
interesting.
All right, we'll see you on the other side. All right. What do you got in the trends?
There really wasn't much today.
It wasn't.
There's a story about, but it's not, I couldn't find that many funny stories. There's a story about a woman who stuffed her 4-year-old daughter in a suitcase to fly from Istanbul to Paris and got caught on the flight. Can you imagine?
She can die. What is she trying to do?
How about a lady trying to get a job at Target for Christmas time? She puts her application in. They said, what are you doing? You're already working here? She finds out later that she has 37 jobs in 31 states.
People using her Social Security.
Yeah, and it's not just one time. They sell it throughout the country. And all of a sudden, the IRS came after her
Of course, you're not
because she
claiming
didn't file taxes on 37 jobs.
Exactly. Oh, what a craziness.
With identity theft, it's different than any other crime. Identity theft, you are guilty until you've proven that it was not you.
Oh, wow. Should I start with the weather after that?
You're coming back.
Yeah, I don't really have much in story for news. I was looking all morning and couldn't find anything that was really not political.
We're going to have to get you two signed up.
No, I'm going to check out your website, definitely.
There's a thing about the Girl Scouts that their whole campaign is, watch the Girl Scouts. Leonardo DiCaprio bought Girl Scout cookies and won his first Oscar. They're making a campaign out of it.
Oh.
I mean, how silly is that?
And he's allowed to do
The
it?
stupid Trump
they're
dog
allowed to-
thing.
Hmm?
The Trump dog. You saw that one?
No, what's that?
Well, some guy's putting his picture of his dog with Trump. He sold a lot of buttons. It's crazy. It's just stupid.
says the Girl Scouts in Suffolk County, New York, took a picture of Leonardo DiCaprio eating cookies at the Oscars and made it into a clever poster about attracting customers. Eat Girl Scout cookies, get smarter, and win awards.
What about the model? The good-looking guy. They free him from prison, and now he could be a model again.
Oh,
You
yeah.
heard about that?
Which one?
Last year. That was last year, right?
Wow.
But listen to what they wrote. This is Leo. Leo wants an Oscar. Leo buys Girl Scout cookies. Leo wins an Oscar. Leo's smarter. Be like Leo. Buy Girl Scout cookies. I think that's funny. I can read that one on the air.
That's funny. That's
It
crazy.
is funny.
That's crazy funny.
Smart, though, for these little
Hey, ready to come
10-year-olds.
back.
Huh?
But they
Come
can
back.
get sued.
Here go.
And we are back.
Not yet.
Not yet.
She's doing the sounds. She's playing a different song.
Oh, I like that. What is that? Oh, wait a second. Oh, I have it in my tongue.
You have it in your tongue. Well, spit it out.
Oh, I don't remember, but I heard it before.
Throwback Thursday.
Anyways,
That was a good song.
that was a really good song. That was 1980s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Taylor
There
Day.
you go. Now let's take a look at the weather and traffic, sponsored by Health and Wealth. Do you know what happens when you don't advertise?
Absolutely nothing.
954-303-9563. Winds will begin to relax a little bit tomorrow, but today still very gusty with winds out of the southeast. The risk for rip currents remains high along area beaches. High temperatures will reach the low to mid-80s.
She's still drunk.
Yes, under mostly to partly sunny skies. Rain chances remain very low. Tonight, mostly clear and breezy with winds out of the southeast. Temperatures will be in the 60s along the Treasure Coast, upper 50s inland, and around 70 degrees along the Palm Beach County coast. And now let's take a look at the traffic. We have an accident, I-95, going north in Okeechobee Boulevard, and in Broward, we have two accidents, I-95 North and Broward Boulevard, and I-95 South and Sunrise. This is your weather and traffic update, sponsored by Health and Wealth, 954-303-9563.
And I want to also thank our sponsor, the famous Dr. Pinozo,
Yes.
561-381-5800.
Yes.
I can't remember. I can't believe I remember that.
Yes.
The pain whisperer, which we're going to take Liz in there so you can take all her pain away.
Cannot wait.
She'll only be a pain going in one direction. not
Right.
both.
That'll be a pain in your butt.
That's right.
And the migraines, guaranteed to take care of the migraines on the first visit.
Yes.
That's big.
That's
Yeah,
very
I'm
good.
waiting for that. You guys are all talk now,
No,
so
no.
just get it going.
We're going to get you out there. All right, so let's get back real quick here. I just wanted to talk about real fast and today the hot convict, Jeremy Meeks. Remember him last year?
Yeah.
He was thrown in jail and all the women were writing to him because
I
he was...
remember.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Bones.
Because he was so dreamy.
Did you send a letter? I heard you sent the letter. So, yes, you are. And you know what? He's out. He's going to pursue a modeling career.
Of course.
Oh, gosh.
So it just goes to show you in America
That
anything
was a
can
I-
happen.
mugshot.
I have a
That was
story.
A mugshot, right? Remember that
Mugshot,
mugshot?
yeah.
Yes.
It was his mugshot that they put out. He's
Yeah.
Mr. Beautiful.
And he became wild, crazy, viral on the internet.
It's a good
Yes.
thing you're getting married.
Yes. Okay.
No,
No,
she's
no.
getting married.
Okay, so I've got a couple of trending stories. One is about a little town in Maine where they've had a street sign that twice in the last 4 years has come up for vote on getting it removed. It's called Katie Crotch Road. And the
Wow.
town has found that every time that this sign gets stolen every single week.
Wonder
the sign
why.
is put up, a week later,
Oh my
Katie
God.
Crotch Road is stolen. So 4 years they've been trying to get this sign taken down, and 4 years it's been stolen and put back up again, costing the town a lot of money. The thing is, nobody knows who Katie Crotch is.
Who's Katie Crotch?
We don't know. That's the whole point. That's the point of the story.
Connecticut. Your job
Yeah,
is
we
to
need to
steal the
find
next
out.
sign.
Krotch, Katie Crotch sign. Then another cute little story
That's funny.
today. That was very funny. I thought that was a cute one. Another funny one is that these very clever Girl Scouts in Suffolk County, New York, which is eastern Long Island for all us New Yorkers out there, they decided they wanted to capitalize, they're Girl Scouts, and they wanted to capitalize on everything that was trending with the Oscars and what he was doing with selling his daughter's Girl Scout cookies. So they put a sign and hung it from their Girl Scout stand. This is Leo. Leo wants an Oscar. Leo buys Girl Scout cookies. Leo wins an Oscar. Leo is smart. Be like Leo. Buy Girl Scout cookies.
And it worked.
And it worked. Well, they got in the newspaper. They have people sending them, running over to buy their cookies.
And he's not complaining yet because they're using their name without him being compensated.
Yeah, but what's he gonna do? Get mad at the Girl Scouts?
Yeah, I know.
It's a charity after all.
He can't say nothing. If it was you and me, we get a letter right away.
Exactly.
Any publicity is good publicity.
That's right.
Absolutely. They're featuring a picture of Leo with this Oscar in his hands. It's great for him. Great press. He's getting free press right now.
He must be jumping up and down on his Oscar.
Like Tom Cruise.
And the final story brings me back to our guest. I mean, it's a different kind of, scam.
Right.
But, in the newspaper today was a story about a woman who literally got, to the boarding gate with her child stuffed in her carry-on suitcase. 4-year-old girl stuffed in a carry-on suitcase to try to get through the gates and travel from Istanbul to Paris.
Wow.
Crazy.
That's
Who
unbelievable.
are these people?
I don't know. But,
He figures that you would find a story.
I find the weirdest stories. And, another ID theft story for you. I had tried to sell some furniture online on Craigslist.
Okay.
And I was
Here we go.
selling, it's an ID story. I was selling a Kravitz couch. A Kravitz couch can be $10,000 to $14,000. And so I put up, Kravitz couch, designer couch, blah, blah, blah. And I got a ton of emails saying, I want your couch. I'm willing to spend $5,000 on it. Give me your, bank routing number and information, and I will send a check to you right now.
Exactly.
Obviously I knew it was a scam, and of course it was a scam because I played the guy. I was like, sure, why don't you send me your bank routing number and information, and I'll send you mine. And the guy was getting,
There was no PayPal?
They tried to do through PayPal. They sent me a PayPal request, but you know how they wrote PayPal? Instead of PayPal.com, it was PayPal1.com. So I did a research and I went, there's no PayPal1.com.
No, that won't work. You got to go through PayPal, so they'll identify both parties.
I called PayPal and I said, do you have a PayPal One site? And they said, nope, that's a phishing scam, basically.
Exactly.
I mean, I tell you, meet me in front of the precinct. I'll bring the sofa or whatever the hell I'm selling.
Well, I'll tell you, that's a real thing that you also should be careful of. On Craigslist, with your address, once they have your address, be real careful.
I did not put my address on Craigslist.
Because what can happen is you don't know who the person really is. They can come by
and steal it.
Absolutely. Yeah, we never
target.
You were talking before about when you were identity theft. Today, in order to get it's the opposite of our whole U.S. system of justice. Today, you have to prove that you are innocent of the identity theft. You have to prove that somebody stole it. It's not that you can just call up and say they stole it. You have to prove it.
I'm sorry, I disagree. I think it is the actual story of our stupid, system, because you have to prove innocent when you're in a court of law. You don't prove guilt, you prove innocent. And it's the same thing with ID theft. If you're the victim, you have to prove that you're innocent. If you're in a court of law and you're arrested for a crime, you prove your innocence. That's the way it works. We're all about proving our innocence.
Well, because going right along, it should be, but going along with your identity theft, there's a story that I'll tell you. They can make up any driver's license in the world today. It's not the idea of driving. What they do is they use your driver's license to commit crimes.
Yes.
There was this girl a mother of 3, in Compton, California, gets pulled over for speeding. She agrees to it. The police officer treated her nicely. Comes back and said, you have to get out of the car. She said, what for? He said, we have a warrant for your arrest because you did not show up for your court appearance for your drug dealing charges of cocaine. They arrest her and take her to jail. 3 days later, after they did the fingerprints, they found that she was not that person, that somebody stole her identity.
That's pretty scary.
She asked the police, well, the story doesn't end. She asked the police to clean up that identity. They said they will do that. They did it in that precinct, but not throughout the entire jurisdiction. In the next 2 years, she was arrested 7 times one of the times her kids were in the car with her.
She's got a nice lawsuit on her hands.
And
You can't sue because
you can't sue
because it's identity theft. It's not their fault.
I'm calling you.
You got
on
to
Well,
Monday.
isn't it their fault that
What
they agreed to
happened
clean
is
it up for her?
her children
She has
were
to clean it
taken from her and put into child
What
foster
is
care
crazy?
because she was considered an unfit
Okay.
mother.
3
Horrible
quick
stuff.
tips that you can give our listeners. 3 quick tips to protect themselves.
Okay, first of all, buy a decent identification program that really helps you with the restoration. I suggest ID Shield, of course. But 2, do not carry a lot of credit cards in your wallet. Do not carry your Social Security card in your wallet. Do not carry your medical card in your wallet. Keep them at home until you have to go to the doctor in case you really need them.
Exactly.
And when you get stuff in the mail, a credit card application, just don't throw it in the trash. Tear it or shred it because people, or burn it. People actually go through your dumpsters and never mail a bill in your mailbox. Never put it out for your mailman to pick up because somebody else can come by. They have all your information. They got your check, your account numbers, and they have everything.
You were saying something, a story about the lady who had that's a crazy story too. Somebody with 48 jobs.
Yeah, well,
that was of the air. You said it.
A lady goes for a job at Target. This was at the holiday time a couple of years ago. She makes her application. HR comes back and said, "Why are you making an application? We can't hire you because you already work here." She said, "I don't work here." She said, "Yes, we do. Your Social Security works here."
Oh,
She goes later to find out that she has 37 jobs in 31 states.
Wow.
And didn't even know it. The bad thing is the IRS comes after her for non-filing of her taxes for all 37 jobs. She didn't know that for a couple of years. These people are very good at it. They change your address. If they take your credit, they change your address so you don't even know that they're running these credit, like your friend.
Mm-hmm.
She could have, today, she would have changed your address, used all your information, changed her address, run credit throughout the whole country, and really play havoc with you because you don't know if it's just local or it's through the entire 48 states. One lady had 200 jobs. She came back from a business trip with her husband. She was arrested because she owed over $1.5 million to the IRS for non-payment of taxes.
Wow.
The craziness.
And Harvey, why don't you give out a phone number or website where people can get more information from
Sure.
you? You have it in front of you? Or
Sure,
you
I
have it
sure
in-
do. My phone number, they can call me anytime after the show at 561-441-4885. Again, that's 561-441-4885.
And they ask for you? Or
And ask for me. That's my private cell phone, by the way.
Okay.
Or you could go to, if you want to go to the website, it's idshieldоverview.com/266819. And that will take you right and give you an overview of the entire product line.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
My pleasure, and thank you for having me.
Very
Absolutely.
informative. Good information.
All right, listen,
to have.
we have a crotch
Crutch update!
What do you got there, craziness?
Right in Maine. Come on, girlfriend. I know what V shape it's actually referring to, and it ain't no intersection.
Well, so now we know it's a female crotch.
All right, I
It's
have
not a male
another,
crotch.
another little funny news story I came across just while I was sitting here just now. It's at Sebastopol, California. Police in California said officers responded to a report of persistent late-night door knocking and arrived to the scene to apprehend the culprit. Can you guess what it was? Well, you are in the right state for that, but no. An escaped goat. Every night for days and days and days at 1:30 a.m., they would get a mysterious phone call from a person who could not sleep because somebody would come knocking on their door. So one night the police got there and they investigated and they found it was a goat going up to the door and going bang, bang, bang.
Oh, my God.
Did they arrest him?
What's the
goat?
Yes.
what's the thing about the goats with Hispanics? Why is that a blessing?
I have no idea what she's talking.
I don't know either, but the story goes on to say the goat was safely taken into custody and reunited with their owner later that morning.
Hey, did you see? Were there really penguins in the studio today? Did you see them?
What?
Did you see Dr. Ruth? She was here.
Was she?
Yeah, I ran into. You know how I met her? I turned the corner. We ran into each other.
Literally?
She's like 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
Literally, I ran into her and I said, "I know you." She says, "I know you." I said, "You,
So
Dr.
cute.
Roofy." She said, "Yes." And who are you? I said, "I'm just the guy that ran into you."
That's funny. Aw.
She's
That's
very
it. She's
cute.
one-sided. I said, "Doc, do you have any advice for a guy who's down on his luck? All he talks about is sex on the air, and he's been married for 700 years. His name is Les." And she tells me, "Oh, he sounds like a very bad boy." What? Oh, so how does she
He
sound
doesn't
like
know how
on
to
site?
imitate a little Jewish lady.
How does she sound?
She talks to you like this?
Let me hear it.
Yes. Well,
Okay,
she's
so
like
now
a
you
German
can-
Jew.
So now you could be Dr. I'm going to talk to you like you're her.
She's a German Jew. Do you remember the original Dr. Ruth? Was Dear Abby.
Oh, I remember Dear Abby.
Dear
in the
Abby,
Daily
and then-
News in New York.
And then there was, after Dear Abby, there was Dear...
Her
There's one other
sister.
one.
The sister.
Yeah,
It was
Dear
her
Dear
sister.
Ann or Dear... It was Dear Abby and Dear somebody else. I can't remember.
Dear Abby's the only one I used to read.
Oh, yeah. Oh my goodness, we are really getting old here in the studio.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Dr. Joyce.
I have something.
Yes.
What do you got?
I have something. Did you see the lady?
I don't want what you got. What do you...
The lady.
The lady.
This morning that got arrested. She was driving drunk. And
That was you.
No, it was not.
Oh.
I didn't do that. First of all. But
We
this
don't know.
lady-
We're still drunk right
Yeah.
now.
I think you're
No, but
hungover.
this lady, she in the, you know that they record everything right now. They have to. So she said, "I'm gonna call CNN and everything." Like she was gonna report the police officers, and she was calling CNN right now, and they put her on the floor, and she went crazy. That happened. Like
They
around
actually
4:30.
put her on the news.
Yeah, she was on the news.
Yes, because and then when she came out this morning, if you saw it this morning, she came out. She paid bail, and of course the cameras were there trying to.
They didn't
She didn't want to
see-
have anything to
nothing.
do with the TV.
I'm
The
sorry. I'm
problem was she was
misunderstanding
had her
what the
baby in the
actual
back
story
seat.
was.
Yes, she had a baby on the back
Two
seat.
2.5
too.
years old.
Like
Or
around
2.5
4 o'clock in
years.
the morning.
Because what happened was she said she wasn't drunk.
Oh, you saw it too?
I saw it, and she couldn't walk the line.
Yeah.
And then they arrested her because she had drugs or
Yeah,
something in her purse.
she was taking. She said, "I only had 2 beers,
2 beers.
and I took 4 tabs."
That's right.
I forget
What's that?
what, but it was an illegal substance.
Yeah.
She only had 4 tabs, and she was high as a kite.
But see, this is my whole thing about the sign of the times. Because in what other time period would a woman pulled over drunk say, "Let me call CNN"? And in what other time period would CNN tell a story like this? The reality is there's not other topical things to be discussing more
There is, but
important on this planet
they
than...
want you to relate to the local news.
They really do.
Please.
That's all. They want you to know that that's your neighbor. Hey, listen, if you get arrested for whatever reason,
We're gonna
okay?
say it on the air.
and I see you,
No, we
and
won't.
I'm at a place, and I see you on the news, I start screaming, "Hey, I know that wild woman, that
Yeah, it's
crazy."
a 15 minutes of fame theory. But CNN, which
But
is
they use
supposed to
it.
be... CNN, which is supposed to be an honorable,
They're not.
ethical news
They're not.
platform,
Right,
and
that was
They're not.
1950s.
being a news junkie, it just
They're not.
that kind of a story.
I'll give you
irks
another
me.
story. Ben & Jerry's came out with 3 new flavors. It was on CNN. Did you see it?
I did not
Yeah, but
see
in that
Brownie
sense,
batter?
here's what I can
Coconut
say to that.
caramel.
Here's what I say to that. That is newsworthy because it's part of business news. So they're increasing their business, which can increase their profits, and therefore it's a news story. A woman in Florida being pulled over because she got arrested for drunk driving who says, "Look, I'm going to
With
call
a
CNN."
two-year-old,
It's not
with
news.
a 2-year-old in the
It's
back seat.
crazy.
That doesn't happen every
A
day.
2-year-old, no, it doesn't.
What?
Well, no, I hope it does.
It happens often.
Well, listen, if I knew that lady, I'm glad they put it on there because I know my neighbors. No,
No,
money.
but I mean, it's the way that they're using the media. As they're trying to figure out, okay, if maybe I say something about calling CNN, maybe they're going to treat me better. That's what she was trying to
See,
do.
you know how I love clients that say to me, because I did PR. I love clients that say to me, PR, it's such a waste of time. Why would I want to spend my money on it? When the whole point of PR is to get people talking about your business. So a perfect example like that is this little lady gets pulled over at 2 a.m. and she's the talk of the town. So if you have a business and you're not utilizing PR, that's pretty stupid on your part, because getting yourself press and getting yourself in the news and getting people talking about you is the best way to get your business
Well, that's just
known.
it. And if you want your business known, get drunk, get arrested, and tell them you're going to put it on CNN. But the funny thing is that 3 out of 4 people in here saw that story. Right?
Exactly.
In Ben and Jerry's commercial.
Because
you
all
see
news
outside.
is good
It
news
was
in a way for
crazy
your
this morning.
business.
In the way, you have to see, I'm going to send you the video so you see her. She was even smiling a little bit.
Didn't
Oh,
you?
in front of the
She
camera.
turned off the camera. She was like, I'm in the camera. Let me use this.
That's right.
For my favorite.
Did you see the one where the boss told the girl, go out and get my car washed inside and out? Did you see this?
No.
Inside and out. Now, what did he ask? Get my car washed inside and out. So she was washing the car on the inside of one of those hoses. You see the soap and everything inside the car. Inside and out. 2.3 million views.
Unbelievable.
Wow, just
You
to
have to do
wash a
something,
car
yes.
inside and out?
Inside and
Do
out. So,
something.
Liz, let's
Oh,
wash
no.
your car inside and out.
There was
What are we going to do, Liz?
a
Let's think something over the weekend.
Okay, girlfriend, I will.
Unbelievable. All right, so we got 2 minutes left. Les did not call in.
I have one story I can tell you. Another
You got
dumb
one?
story.
You got
This is a
30
dumb one.
seconds.
You got 30 seconds?
ABC News, 12 o'clock, has an attorney come on the air because she did not get her closing on her house done. The closing, another attorney wouldn't give her $100,000 or something. What she was doing on the air was she is known as the only hula hoop certified instructor in the state of Florida.
Really?
Yeah, and she was working the hula hoop while she was on ABC News talking about how dumb she was as an attorney not getting her own money. She had to go on air, and
Harvey,
they
we
finally
gotta
said
go,
that they'll
Harvey.
have the money
Harvey,
released to her.
That's a scary story. Don't tell nobody else that story, Harvey. Please. All right, listen, I want to thank Harvey for coming on
Yes,
for ID
thank you
Shield.
so
My
much.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Maniac #1 over here, Liz.
Adios.
Enjoy yourself. Are you going to be in tomorrow?
I will not.
Will
You'll
not
see
be.
me in about
We'll
a
see
week
you.
and a half.
All right, give us a call. Let us know you're okay.
Safe trip.
Double
you,
D, always a pleasure, and I'll give you 2 Tylenol for your headache.
Thank you.
Lady behind the glass.
Dr. Ruth?
Should we call you Dr. Ruth from now on? The
The
broad
broad
operator.
All right, Brody, I'll miss you for the next week, girlfriend.
All right,
I'm gonna
everybody,
call.
everybody say
Gotta call.
goodbye. Goodbye, Gracie.
Goodbye.
Sayonara. See you tomorrow. Why not? I see her tomorrow, except I won't see you tomorrow.
Congratulations, by the way, on your divorce.
Congratulate me when it's done.
When it's done.
Oh, I can't wait. Oh, he finally sent me, I told you he said that he was going to send me terms. So for 3 years, we've been to court because he wants to pay me $812 a month for my
How much did
children.
he lower it now?
He sent me the exact same terms. I'm like, I've said no for the last 3 years. What makes you think I'm going to say yes this time? And he writes, ooh, do you have an attorney?